turning all the clouds gray. Baby, I can see a storm warning. I'm boarding all the windows up today. And the ghosts have been calling. You don't hear a word they say, so let me do all the talking. I'll keep your troubles at bay. 'Cause it's you and me till the end of the line. It's you and me, sparking like crossed wires. When I see you move through a certain light, I tend to lose my mind. It's you and me till they say last call. It's you and me, gonna risk it all. Hand on the wheel, right by your side. Hold on till the end of the line. Lay with you while the night is still, proves you haven't lost your will. Soon the road will be clear, the days only go up from here. And I know that it's lonely, you got all the strength you need. So when the dark starts creeping in, baby, you don't have to worry about a thing. 'Cause it's you and me till the end of the line. It's you and me, sparking like crossed wires. When I see you move through a certain light, I tend to lose my mind. It's you and me till they say last call. It's you and me, gonna risk it all. Hand on the wheel, right by your side. Hold on till the end of the line. It's you and me till the end of the line. It's you and me, sparking like crossed wires. When I see you move through a certain light, I tend to lose my mind. It's you and me till they say last call. It's you and me, gonna risk it all. Hand on the wheel, right by your side. Hold on till the end of the line.
Hi.
Hi there. It's gonna be 11:23 for you.
Alrighty. Thank you. Thank you.
We'll trade.
Alright.
Okay, we're just coming right out for
Okay,
you.
thanks.
All right, here's that for you. Of
Thanks.
course. Have a great day.
You too. It's the police. I hear them. Hopefully not for me. I hear them, but I don't know where they are. Here they come. It's fire and rescue. They're going to McDonald's. Alright, we're now at a light and he's right behind me. Lots of time to look up my plate and figure out everything I've ever done wrong. Do I look guilty? This guy doesn't even have lights on top of his car. Now he can probably see it. And another light. Come on, bro. I just want to draw comics. What do I have to do? I have to get these pages done. I'm hoping to take tomorrow off, but it depends on what I get done today. Like, this work just has to get done. It's not about being comfortable at the studio and knowing that I can get it done faster there. In the previous videos, I talked about, you know, how I kind of feel like I squander all that time in the morning because I'll be up sometimes at like 1, usually around like 3:30, but then I go all the way till Rita gets up before I, you know, hang out with her for a little bit and then head out to work, hopefully around 8. So we're talking like up to 4 hours or more that I'm up, and I'm sometimes reading books, I'm watching videos on YouTube, and I'm able to justify it as like some kind of research or looking for inspiration, and it is, and it gives me new ideas, and it's nice and quiet morning to, you know, to come up with those ideas or to, you know, plan out what you want to get done that day. But it's a lot of thinking about what you're going to get done and not actually getting any of it done. So yesterday I made a decision before I even stepped downstairs. I said, it's going to be an awesome day. I caught myself in one of the videos, one of the most recent, saying something like, it's raining today. I don't think the sun's going to come out today. And like letting that weather just affect me so much, but also predetermining that the sun's not going to come out. Like, how the hell do I know? And it did come out. And that was not one of my best work days, and I kind of had that vibe all day. But yesterday I said, it's going to be an awesome day, and I kind of created that reality for myself. Said, like, I start with that mindset. Why not? Like, sometimes when I'm away or like at a show, or this happened to me when I was in Florida for the CGC Last Ronin events. The weather, like in some of these places, is just typically good. It's a hurricane or great. And I was looking up at like the blue skies, and I was realizing, like, it's like this over here some of those days when it's rainy and cold and I feel like everything is falling apart over here in Maine. It's like that exists still. And you can have those days, and it shouldn't be a matter of what state you're in geographically. It's a matter of what state you're in mentally. And I keep talking about, like, when I was at the height of Ronin, like something happened to me then too, where I was using the word breakthrough and enlightenment, and that's when I said, everyone should be doing what they want to be doing. Everybody should find this happiness, and it wasn't because of money. I wasn't making like all that much money. It was like finally this like recognition for all the hard work, all the years, making my own book. And every time you're making something, you don't know, like when your head is down for this whole time, you don't know if that was like the right decision. Is this what I should be working on? Especially when you're talking about like giant graphic novels, or like you're like all that time you're working on that, maybe I'm losing opportunity here, losing opportunity there. And so it was just kind of like confirmation and validation that like I made, good decisions along the way. And I remember saying, everything's coming up, Bishart. I would say that all the time. And then at some point, things, they do this. You can reach that point where you're like, this is it. This is what I've always wanted. I've always wanted to get here. And once I get here, everything will be perfect and I'll be happy. And I was, and I am. But still, you set your own reality. The deadlines start piling up. And those are all opportunities. Those are all gigs. Those are all good jobs. They're all like good problems to have. You start adding in all the family stuff and bills, and those are all good things too. I remember when last year's was coming together. Kevin actually told me about it like the same week I let him know that we were having a baby, and then he said, oh, and guess what else? You're going to be designing the new turtles. And I was like, what the hell? So it was like all these things at once. And those are all, on paper, okay, this many pages and this daunting task of, designing 4 new turtles, like the next generation of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And then also, oh, we're going to be dealing with a newborn. Like, you can take all that and be overwhelmed and be, stressed out, and then doom spiral and let that like, paint your reality. Or like in the moment when all that was really happening, I remember how opposite of all that it felt. Like, that's the best news ever. That's like insane dreams come true, right? On every level, in every aspect. And then once the work kicks in and it turns into a job, or it turns into, oh, I have to be, done at 3 so I can be home for this. Or I didn't get any sleep last night. The baby was up every 2 hours, blah, blah, blah. How the hell am I ever going to get work done the next day? Like, you start repainting that reality with all those stresses, but it's the same reality. It's that same Florida blue sky, right? But now you got some clouds, but they'll go away. eventually, but the only way that the comic clouds go away is by getting the work done. And so I realized yesterday, and I was fighting all day, like the urge to talk about this and to make this video, because I thought it was so worthwhile that, you know, I just said like, no, like you have to make comics, so just make comics. Like this is what you have to get done. What's eating at you? Not enough time with family. What's the only way you're gonna get more time with your family is by getting this work done. So that'll be like two birds, one stone. Like the way I felt yesterday is the way I want to feel every day. It's the way I felt when I like first got these opportunities and you first dive in. It's before it turns into work, and it's before you're late, and it's before, you know, you think your drawing isn't good enough, and it's before the pressure paints a new picture. The way I felt yesterday is the way I feel when I just start, and a little ways in, you get to that point, and you can call it the zone or the flow state, but you start to see everything you've got done already, and you look at the clock and it's still so early, and you're like, man, like we're cruising, I'm unstoppable. Another thing I said way back in the Lost Years days, we had just come off of Last Ronin, and it was, you know, mega success, and we were going right into Lost Years. It wasn't my choice to go that fast, but I was happy about it. But I remember the editor at the time, we were going out to dinner, New York Comic Con. It was the whole team and the IDW people and Nickelodeon people, and he was like holding the door open for me, and he said, so like, you ready for Lost Years, and especially Lost Day? Lost Day I was gonna have to do 25 pages, so it wasn't just my usual, you know, kind of flashback scene, which could go from, you know, 2 pages to 16. Lost Day was this big one shot where I was going to be doing a load of the interiors in it. He was opening the door for me, and he said, you ready? And I said, I'm invincible, man. And I think that's why I was able to get it done, is because I believed it. And the more I look at everything on my walls in the studio and just see everything I have done, it's a great reminder that I can probably do this too. But the only way it's going to get done is by doing it. So the sooner I do this, the sooner I can have some time with Rita. It all starts and ends with comics. It all starts and ends with doing the work. And if you can feel good while you're doing it, it's not only a bonus, but the work will be better for it. So I'm working in batches of 5, like I said. And earlier in the week, you might remember, I was hoping to do 4 pages in one day, like this big goal. And I ended up only getting 2.5, and I thought, oh, what a piece of crap. But start working, find the zone, and ride that until you go home. And then in the next morning, if you've got a chunk of hours, get a bite of that work done, and you'll feel a hell of a lot better starting your next day. I didn't do that this morning. I still feel good. I really wanted to get some of these thoughts out before they're gone. I recorded so much stuff when I was working on that last page of The Last Ronin when I started here on YouTube, and in the moment, in those days, I had like it all in my head, like, oh, today like the theme was this, or oh my god, like this happened today, and it really makes me, you know, realize this or realize, like, and I've forgotten a lot of what I was gonna say. So I'm hoping I got enough of what I was thinking about yesterday as things were going so well, and realizing that every day could be that. The only thing in my way is me. I'm well aware of that. And so once you're aware of that, you can kind of start, you know, stepping out of your own way. Just get it done. Get it done, and you'll feel good. You'll feel good while you're doing it, and you'll feel good when it's over. And then when it's over, what else stresses you out? Money? You'll get that too. So there's really no reason not to, unless you want to torture yourself. And that's not very helpful. So the sun's out again today. I have 5 pages ready to do the final line weight. I've done all the initial lines, all the detail, all the small stuff, and now I can bring everything forward and backward with with lime weight, and if I can really cruise today, maybe I can do all 5. There I go, setting myself up again. But whatever I get done, it's all good.